The U.S. trial for members of the far-right group Proud Boys, charged in connection with the January 6th attack, is now underway. And it comes almost exactly 2 years since that group was named a terrorist entity here in Canada. USA! USA! Federal prosecutors say 5 members of the Proud Boys plotted the 2021 siege on the U.S. Capitol to keep Donald Trump in the White House and block Joe Biden's presidential victory. The allegation laid out in a D.C. courtroom at the start of the seditious conspiracy trial earlier this month. That's putting the spotlight on the Proud Boys.
Like many far-right movements, their ideas were exported from the United States into Canada.
David Hoffman, an expert on far-right extremism at the University of New Brunswick, describes the Proud Boys as alt-right agitators who embrace toxic masculinity and white supremacist views. It was founded by Gavin McInnes, a Canadian living in the U.S., who cut ties with the group in 2018. 2 years before the Proud Boys gained notoriety, when Trump said this when asked to condemn the group by a moderator during a presidential debate.
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
Prosecutors say the group didn't stand back and stand by, but instead mobilized. The defense team for the Proud Boys members has denied that the accused planned or led the January 6th riot. But just a month after the attack, Canada's public safety minister pointed to the group's, quote, pivotal role in the insurrection as a factor in Ottawa's decision to designate the Proud Boys as a terrorist entity, calling them a neo-fascist organization that engages in political violence.
It gives the government power to freeze and seize assets associated with the group. It curtails and hobbles their ability to fundraise.
While Hoffman says there's a symbolic value in Canada's move, there are practical limitations.
The truly committed will just call themselves different names, or they will move on to other groups.
So this trial in Washington, D.C. could stretch, some say, up to 6 weeks. What is it that you're watching for?
The far-right climate here in Canada is very much tied to the American context, and the results of what happens with the American judicial system, with the Proud Boys, is likely going to have ramifications here in Canada. What those ramifications are, I'm not sure, but myself and my colleagues always keep an ear to this type of chatter.
If convicted in the U.S. trial, the members of the Proud Boys are looking at significant time behind bars. The seditious conspiracy charge alone, it comes with a sentence of up to 20 years in prison. Melissa Duggan, City News.